Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Mama Mia, formerly known as the Middle Age Mom Does Crypto. And what am I coming at you today on this Sunday Fun Day, NFL Fun Day? Well, for me, anyways. Well, guys, I am going to give you a little education about crypto and passive crypto opportunities. I know a lot of you have been sending me links or asking me about this program or this platform, etc., etc. So I just wanted to do a quick video today on Sunday NFL Fun Day on what the different opportunities are and what the differences are, So before I go ahead and do that, though, I do want to remind you, I am not your financial advisor. Always, I will always remind you that. In fact, if you came here for financial advice, click away now. That is not the channel for that. I'm just here trying to share some info, some education, keeping it fun, keeping it light, but also opening your eyes and, giving you something to think about because that's what this channel is all about, guys. Something to think about. And with that being said, also remember, don't just watch a video from 6 months ago. If you are, and you should be, doing your due diligence and research, then you should be watching at the very least the latest videos that are published on anything, whether it's crypto or not crypto. Don't watch the video from 6 months ago. Watch the video that was published today, yesterday, the day before, because you don't want to be getting into something that's dying or not paying or nobody's interested in anymore, or it's not an opportunity like it was 6 months ago, right? You want to get into the things that are opportunities today. So here we go. First of all, guys, if you are new to crypto and you are watching some of your first crypto videos, or you're wanting to make some kind of passive income online, just know that whenever it comes to things crypto related, it can be very, very tricky and also very, very, you just got to know when to get out, basically. And why do I say that? It's because, all of these online companies or programs or platforms, do we really know their story? Do we? Now, a lot of them seem to be a lot more stable than others. And this is what I've learned, guys. Hypes, if you're not familiar with hypes, they're just high yielding interest platforms or programs. These are the things that pay 3%, 4%, 5% a day or pay hourly, things like this, Loan Tech, it's a hype because it supposedly pays 3% every day forever, right? So you can put some Bitcoin in here and get 3% every day. But whenever you see things like this, guys, and as much as I love this bearded beauty, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and watch any of the videos I've made on Loan Tech. I know that forever does not mean forever, literally. Like, it'll just pay until it's not paying anymore. That's just how hypes work. So if you're not familiar with that, make sure you do a few things. For example, put only what you can afford to play with, whatever you are going to drink away at the bar or spend in Vegas, maybe you can put that in here. Do not, and I repeat, not financial advice, but do not put anything in here that you would need to live, as I like to call it, life money, right? Don't put your rent in here. Don't put your food money. Don't put your utilities money in here. No, put your fun money, right? So do that. And then, of course, again, it only pays until it doesn't. So for me, myself, I'm in Loan Tech. And then there are things like Nitro X. These things are interesting. I am tempted to, play with these things, but also I've been burned lately from a lot of other hypes. So I've been kind of just taking it easy on the hypes. But something like this is actually interesting to me because you actually do get your principal returned. You do make a total profit of 200%, But just know, guys, because these things do pay such high percentage, like returns, they don't last very long. They honestly don't. If you're new again to hypes, a lot of hypes average lifetime is I don't know, 1 to 5 months, maybe 3 months if you're lucky, uh, 2 weeks if you're not so lucky. And we don't know. We don't know how to gauge these things. All we know is we can look for certain things, like for example, members enrolled, days online, things like this. Look for that. Watch people's videos, see what they're talking about, see what other things they're in. Because if they're always just calling these kinds of things scam this or scam that, see, are they promoting something else? Because if they are, maybe that's why they like to call all of these things a scam. And honestly, I don't really know who's behind what. All I do know is it's like a it's like a casino. It really is. It's the online casino, or it's the online take a chance kind of thing, right? But if you play these things smart, as I've always said, it is like going into a Las Vegas casino, right? You can go ahead and you can play certain games that will give you a better return. For example, things like blackjack, as opposed to playing things like roulette. So knowing that, be sure you're smart with these kinds of things. These are things you need to learn. You need to know words like exit scam. That just means they may have an excuse on why they're not paying anymore. Also, if you are in one of these things, if you ask for a withdrawal and a withdrawal either gets saved or becomes pending for days and days, that's usually a sign that it's gonzos, it's done, it's possibly dead. I don't like to call anything dead until it's like truly dead. And a lot of times you'll see a 404 error message, or you'll see a big message at the very beginning saying, oh, this is the problem. We're having regulations problems. We're having this or that kind of problem. I don't know, pick a problem. They come up with so many excuses or problems, quote unquote, that they just go ahead and cut out and exit. So be very careful. Also, don't deposit before watching that video. That's so key because, guys, some of these people will leave the websites on there and take deposits even though they're not paying out. But a lot of times people will talk about that. So go ahead and watch somebody's video. The other thing that I find that I can make some online income from is like these kinds of things. They're not hypes. Their rate of return is a little lower. For example, Cash Forex Group, they trade on the foreign exchange market. That's how they make their profits. And so, and they also have a product, of course, which they sell their Academy packs. So you can learn how to trade on the Forex market. But these ones are usually lower, like I believe last week was about 6% for the week. So average between 6 to 8% weekly returns, paying up to 200%. Of course, 180 minus the 20% withdrawal fees, but still that's pretty good. And it seems to be sustainable because for things like this, it's been going on now for a whole year, over a year. For me personally, a year and about 2 months now. And then there are things like final menting. Now, guys, I've been in lending platforms before, so I already am not so keen on anything that has a supposed lending plan. Now, I know what you're gonna say, oh, but this one says loan tech and you do deposit a loan. But what I like is there's no lock-in periods. And I'm pretty sure this one doesn't seem to have a lock-in period too. And the only reason why I am not so keen on this is because you only get so much. I mean, yeah, you get 1 day, but is it really worth 1.04%? Or is it more worth putting my BTC into something like this? For me, and this is just me personally, again, not financial advice, I would rather take the bearded beauty over, like smaller returns. So, and even though you do get something quicker, like 7 days, working days, etc., I mean, even this one, 113%. I don't know if that really excites me or makes me want to do it, but it may be something for you. It really all depends on your taste. But for me, whenever I hear lending plans, for some reason, it brings me back to BitConnect days. Now, if you're unfamiliar with BitConnect, you should go do some research on that and see what that's all about, because that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. So, Yeah, guys, I that's why I've been staying away from Final Mente. And yes, a lot of people have been sending me a lot of different types of opportunities, a lot of different hypes, like Nitro X. I just got an email on that one. But again, me personally, I've been burned lately, so I'm just gonna ride this one out for now, get my deposit back, and then see what I'll do from there. And maybe later on, I don't know. Lately, people say time is your friend, so the earlier you get in, the better. But lately, that has burned some people. Like burned me, power battery. I got in like the first day, and then what is that? 3 days later, and disappeared. But look at this one, 245 days online, and so far I've been getting all my withdrawals that I request, and I'm actually really close to making my 22-day time frame where I can actually pull out my deposit. So, and a 34% anyways. And if I did that, I would actually be at 100% as far as getting my deposit back. So these kinds of things I look at, I mean, do I know when these things will end? Like I said earlier, I do not. But that is the risk you take. So, guys, if you're new to crypto and making passive crypto income through things like this, just know this. I was very unfamiliar when I first got in, and I first started doing these things like back in 2000, I believe 17. And I did it through things like my first experience was actually USI Tech. And then my second experience was BitConnect. So those kinds of things were passive, supposedly passive crypto income. And they talked about how they did mining or they invested in this or that. But, I did not know how to play it correctly. And what happened was I got sucked into thinking these things will last forever, which they do not, guys. They do not. So the best thing I can tell you is if you are looking to make passive crypto income, withdraw every day if you can, and as often as possible, if not every day. That way you at least get your deposit back, and then pull out some profit too. Don't just put everything back in to break even. At least pull out one day of profit so that you know that you're at least one day above breaking even, right? And then the other thing I do to get some income online is trade. I do leverage trading. In fact, I again follow the Oracle's War on the 1 minute charts because that to me has seemed to be the easiest to understand. I even did his consult. And so he teaches a lot of different things, and it just is this, it seems like the simplest way. And I don't trade every day. And some days I make like a really nice profit where it'll last. It's good for me for like the whole week. When you make 58%, when you make 100%, that's good, right? Off of whatever you do. And for sorry, a leverage trading platform or exchange, I guess, if you want to call it, I find Bit7 to be the best because they do let you do certain things like put in ACLMs. And if you don't know what that is, go watch the Oracle's channels. Yeah, he talks about that all the time. And they actually seem like they want you to win. Because you do want to win, right? Because if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily lose a lot of money on here as well. So at least know what you're doing. But this one, at least you're in control. Like you can always stop. You can always pull out whatever you have in here. Unlike something even like this, even though it's been running for so long, we don't know when it'll stop and we don't have control. So when they decide to end, that's it. Whatever was in there, whatever was in your account balance, you're stuck. You can't pull it out, whatever the case may be. And that's the case for all of these, right? Once they decide that's the end for them, then that's the end. But this one, at least, when you decide it's the end, you can stop, you can withdraw all your money for a small fee. But all of these have like, oh, not all of them, but most of these have some kind of fee to withdraw. So, but at least this one, you're in total control. And if you lose your money, you have no one but yourself to blame because you either got too greedy and just wanted more profit and let it slide to where you weren't making profit, or you just didn't withdraw. So I withdraw from this all the time. I'm not logged in right now, but I do withdraw from this, and then I put money back in when I'm ready to trade again, etc., etc. So there you go, guys. That is how you can make some passive crypto income. I know I've been getting a lot of comments or questions about it. I just want you guys to know you do have total control over something like this. You do not have total control over any of these other things, but do know that there's a difference between something like this or this and something like this, right? Hype and just a passive quote unquote platform that pays out in crypto. So there you go, guys. That hopefully will help you in your decision on what to do if you do want to do something in crypto online passively. Like for myself, I've been doing pretty good with this. The best part is a lot of times with these things is you don't really have to think about it. This one, you have to learn how to do it. You do have to think about it a little bit, but if you know what you're doing, you don't have to think too hard. You just have to know how to do certain things, follow certain info or see certain candles, etc., etc. So there you go, guys. That is today's lesson. Thank you again for stopping by. And if you have not already, please like and subscribe. I do appreciate everyone's comments. So if you do want to leave me a comment, you can do that too. And I do try to reply back. And again, I am always trying to hit milestones. And when I do, my channel gives away some BTC. So if you want to win some of my free BTC, help me by sharing my channel and helping me get to 2,000 subscribers. Anyways, that is today's video. I hope that you are having a great day or night, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane most of all, and I will see you at the next video. Adios.